Okay, well, that was pretty mind-blowing.
Let me take you on a journey of some really bad purchasing decisions. I found this drone that's 91% off, and I'm intrigued, to say the least. It does have some incredible claims to it, including intelligent perception obstacle avoidance. It's not just obstacle avoidance, it's intelligent perception obstacle avoidance. And get a load of this, optical flow visual hover. I mean, it was going to be hovering in the optical flow, man. 18-minute endurance. Most guys can't last 18 minutes. It might be a cracker, and it's 91% off. Like, I can't say no to a bargain. And paid. Cool, the deed is done. The drone is on its way. I'm pretty stoked to see how this is gonna actually fly, because it's $20. What can go wrong? The time has come, the drone arrived in a condition that I would only describe as kick the shit out of it. It got stuck somewhere in the UK customs for 2 weeks. And I don't know what they were doing with this drone, but it looks like it had some really tough life before it actually got to me. Even the freaking thing is unpacked, so this is literally how it came through. Ripped to shreds. It's got a brushless wind resistance, which I didn't know that exists. Should we unpack this? Because I'm genuinely curious how... Let's zoom this out. How good or bad this is. Holy shit, you get a case with this. It doesn't weigh anything. Ta-da! I know it's really hard to tell on a camera how flimsy something is, but this is this is pretty horrible. It's so light, it doesn't feel like a real thing. It feels like a toy. So we get, I'm guessing these are prop guards. I'm guessing this is not a floaty. And the drone itself, man, this is like that has to be the least tech thing I have seen. Since the first RC cars, you know, the cheap stuff you were getting in the corner shops. That drone feels like a corner shop drone. I'm just curious how heavy this is. We are at 117 grams. Okay, that's still less than 250. That's insane. I'm guessing the main question here is whether this thing flies or not. So let's take it outside and see how bad it can be. Can't wait. I totally forgot that we need to actually get this set up. They don't even clip in. They kind of slide in, but they don't clip. Everything feels very 3D printed. This doesn't click into place. Am I being stupid and installing some kind of a Chinese spyware that Democratic Party were warning us about? Where the hell do you even connect this thing? There's like a cable sticking out here. We need 3 AA's for this guy. This has built-in battery. There is no charging indicator on on the battery. So you have to take a wild guess whether it's actually charged or not. That's great. Okay. There's... You gotta be kidding me. There was an advert. I've made a rookie error of losing the screw. This is ridiculous. That's one ridiculous thing. The other thing is, this thing here says SD just here, but inside there's only a massive hole with nothing in there. So I'm guessing there's no SD, and this transmits directly into the app that's doing this just now. That's going great. But I did find a screw. This isn't really attached to anything, so there's nothing blocking your phone from smashing into your controls. So don't go too wild on it. What I'm thinking right now is that flying this indoors might not be the best idea, but it is getting dark and it's really windy outside. We're talking like 40 knots. So this is gonna get blown away. I think even my Mavic would get blown away. Also, there is no cable attached to this. So this connects to Wi-Fi, and I'm thinking this actually connects to Wi-Fi in the drone, not Wi-Fi in the remote. So the range is gonna be, it's gonna be epic. So I'm kind of guessing this is the... It's gonna explode, and it was nice knowing you. Well, stay away from my face. We've lost one of the prop guards. We know it flies. We know it flies. From what I can tell so far, its footage quality is going to be shit. At least the stuff I've seen on the phone. But let's not judge the book by its cover. You know, you never know. This might be better than Mavic 3 Pro. Let's wait for a windless day and take this guy out. See how much we can get out of this beast. So here we are, frosty Scotland. I was just walking uphill for miles, so hence no jacket, but trust me, it is cold. I've managed to get these prop guards pushed inside,
but now the drone doesn't fold. And it's really like next to impossible to get them out without breaking off the propeller things. So it's got positioning lights, that's a good thing, but these are not correct colors. And okay, well, that was pretty mind-blowing. I'm just joking, that was the Mavic 2 Pro. There's no chance that thing can capture same kind of image. This is what we've got. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, where are you? Well, that literally just took off. It's in the grass somewhere, I can hear it. But because it's a Wi-Fi connection, as soon as we went past like 5 meters, decided to disconnect. And it just went its own way. I can hear you. Stop spinning. Okay. I really don't want to lose my fingers. Stop. Jesus, you risk your life to fly this thing. If you're enjoying this video so far, a like button and subscribe, we much appreciate it. It helps to grow the channel, helps the video to get to wider audience, but it also helps make these videos happen. So, this didn't go too well. First of all, lost connection, about 2-3 meters away from me. But also just started flying in random directions, spinning around, so doing some random shit I didn't ask it to do. And you've seen the finale. Actually, I know what we can try. We can try these fantastic sensors that are super intelligent and all, to see if it will smash into stuff. I've got zero hopes. Don't get a drone on Temu. I mean, it's in one piece, but it doesn't. This thing doesn't fly, man. I think that absolutely concludes our testing here. Well, okay, right. I was kind of expecting that this is going to happen, but I was also hoping it's going to fly a little bit further than a couple of meters and then just spin out of control. See, this is exactly the kind of bullshit that you get spun on TikToks, YouTube Shorts, about those massive deals you can get off Temu, Wish, and all this kind of crap. It's not a deal. It's more of a piece of shit packed into a really nice advert. That's misspelled and doesn't really make sense when you actually read into it. If anyone will ever complain about the DJI Neo not being up to scratch, reference to these little awesome Chinese drones. Yeah. Well, at least it was an expected third, unlike the GoPro Karma. What I found, however, is some extra footage from flying in the office. I've lost most of whatever I recorded being on site, and that's mostly because it records to your phone, so as soon as that Bluetooth connection disappears, you've got nothing to show for it. What I did though, I went out the next day, was a little bit windy, it was 10 knots, so gentle breeze, but because this weighs nothing, these motors, there's no power in them, it kind of crashed almost straight away. I managed to keep it more or less horizontal this time. I took it apart, I cleaned everything, I've squirted some oil on this, and it stayed in the air for about maybe a minute and a half before the battery died. And it honestly looks like those very early 90s camcorders, or, you know, when we hit 2000s and those little Canon instant cameras had video recording function that was unusable. No one actually kept that, I think. I kind of regret not keeping my first camcorder, because it would be a really cool comparison to crap like this. Despite the frame rate that looks like, what, 10 frames per second? This is an actual 1280 by 960, 60 frames per second file. So you've lasted that long and you're looking for a cheap drone that will actually do the job, watch this video next.